Hey there, it's Katie Joy, the Global Butterfly, and I've got a question for you. Do you have a huge goal, a big vision, something that maybe is really hairy and scary, and maybe wondering if you're ever going to hit it or make it happen? Today, I've got an incredible milestone that I've hit in my own online business, and the title of this podcast is My $1 Million Journey Online, a testament to vision and courage. So if you have a big dream and you want some encouragement, stay tuned. This podcast is for you. Stay with me here. This week, I'm going to read you a post that I shared with my tribe on Facebook and also post it as an article on my blog. Full transparency, I didn't get my hair done or my makeup done ready to do a video. So I'm doing this by audio only today. But I really wanted to share this experience with you because it truly is a great mark of achievement in my journey, and I really want to encourage you. So allow me to read this to you. My $1 Million Journey Online. Today is a day I am celebrating in a big way, and I share my message to encourage those of you with big dreams, a vision for a better life, a life of financial freedom, doing what you love online. So if you are a heart-centered entrepreneur, healer, coach, consultant, health or well-being practitioner, teacher or creative, this message is especially for you. A bit of backstory first. Many of you know, and for those of you who don't, let me catch you up. I first began my online entrepreneurial journey in 2006 with the launch of my gluten-free cookbook and website at the time. It went gangbusters, and I spoke at events, was on TV cooking shows, was approached by sponsors for my blog, and gained lots of incredible opportunities as I traveled around the world from that experience. But I let that venture die not long after I experienced incredible healing on my global journeys and learned of so many ways to self-heal, including removing all the toxins that interfere with good health. So I would not identify with gluten-free anymore. Not when I knew the lies told and what else is possible. So I invested massively in mentors all over the world in healing modalities, internet marketing, business training, and personal and professional development to the tune of $500,000 over 10 years. After I had left my marriage and separated in 2007, by early 2008, I went on a 4-year world trip, fully financially free and independent from my property investing and a lot of skills learned in my gluten-free self-publishing blog and speaking. What many of you might not know is that my husband at the time when I married him was $250,000 in debt and kept a heck of a lot of other secrets from me too, which ultimately his psychology and behaviors, putting it nicely, led me to untangling from his web of deceit. In just 6 years, I helped shift that $250,000 in debt to $1.3 million net worth in property assets with passive cash flow, matching my income as a paramedic. When we separated and did a 50-50 split, the truth was he got the better immediate deal, including the primary residence in Port Hedland. But I wanted the hell out of Dodge. Plus, I knew while assets could be split, he couldn't get half my brain. And it was me who did all the work to build the financial freedom. Within 6 months of that split, I implemented everything I knew without hesitation and rebuilt my net worth back up to 1.3 million and retired from my career as a paramedic financially free. Now with the space and time and energy and emotional freedom to triple my passive cash flow strategies in another short 6 months while traveling using my laptop. But I was still in the learning phase, really, learning and implementing, but sort of dabbling. I wasn't yet clear of my soul's purpose. Or more to the truth, I knew it deep down, but I felt I wasn't ready for it, thinking, who am I to lead people to transform their life when I was still figuring out my own? So I distracted myself with more relationships, dysfunctional ones, always helping them get out of financial pickles and transforming their lives at the cost of growth of my own. Back then, the naive younger version of myself had an idea that I wanted to help a man catch up to me and feel confident, not intimidated, because that always led him to pulling me down. Well, guess what? That still happened. And my strategy didn't work. It always led to more grief, pain, and dealing with the fallout of emotional trauma from narcissistic abuse. The moment things shifted, it was in early 2016 that I finally surrendered to my soul's calling, claiming myself first, including self-care, self-love, and a huge vision for my life. On this day, March 10, 2023, 7 years ago, I relaunched my online coaching and course creation business with a free beta 8-day training called Design Your Life, Live Your Dreams. I was 4.5 months pregnant, still hurting deeply from painful emotional wounds from my previous abusive relationship, facing a future as a single mother and no interest or support from any other parties, aware that my properties were lagging behind in the GFC fallout, but were catching up with a painful realization they were fast becoming a money pit. But I took action and started. I began helping people to transform their lives with my energetic alignment and healing techniques, life transformation strategies, online marketing skills, and being a savvy entrepreneur and a bucket load of resilience. That led me to building an incredible client journey to experience true, authentic alignment and living life on their terms. Some have continued through my Know Thyself experience in the Awakened Soul program to a deeper immersion and preparation for becoming the CEO of your life in Soul Goal Academy. And then some also with their increased self-awareness, personal power, and bigger dreams activated, wanted to learn how I built my 100% lifestyle freedom online coaching and course creation business with my group training, Confidence Clients in Cash Kickstart group training. I even hosted 2 Bali Soul Sister retreats in 2017 and 2018. And a few years ago, clients wanted more, so I opened up my 12-month Love Light Leadership Academy Mastermind. Recently, I've added a front-end super affordable Manifesting Circle membership to help people get started and gain quick wins with short, focused training. The challenges, mountains, I faced and climbed. 7 years. It's been 7 years. And during this time, I faced enormous challenges. My son was vaccine injured at 7 months, which threw us in a spin, and focusing on his healing and mine, it took a solid year and a bit to bring him back to incredible health. 4.5 years of no consistent sleep due to the above injuries. Single, focusing on my baby and building my business was enormously taxing. I narrowly walked away from bankruptcy when my properties turned pear-shaped and rebuilt my financial life from scratch since 2018. I experienced massive betrayal from friends, experiencing not one but 2 actual friends I'd known for years whom I mentored, steal not only my content, but one of them also tried to recruit from my community. I have a loyal following, so I had more than a dozen inform me of what I was already intuitively suspecting. But then both also threw our friendship under the bus. Guilt, most likely. But far out. Those experiences hurt more than my divorces. And yes, I've had 2 marriages. Another challenge I had was the whole COVID BS, like all of us. Balancing homeschooling and parenting with the business building as a single mum. I was also given 30 days notice to move during the crisis experience after living 5 years in my home and stable into the throng of housing shortages and a flood of rental applicants. I followed my intuition, which guided me to an incredible home that I live in now and have been in for 2.5 years. I've had 2 emergency health scares with Quincy's, which ultimately helped me leverage my business even more. I've had several times wanting to completely quit because I had allowed some poor quality clients who were not truly committed to taking radical self-responsibility for their entire experience. Instead, they were focused on fear, lacked clarity, flip-flopped like a fish out of water. I let them slip through and they drained the heck out of me, which can also have you doubting yourself in a big way. I've since put in stringent qualifiers to make sure I only work with people I choose to work with because they are A+ clients. I'm sure there are more, but you get the drift, right? Incredibly, this anniversary date marks a milestone. Today, 7 years to the dot, I have hit a major business and financial milestone. Incredible, right? $1 million in revenue. And I've created that because of all the beautiful people who trusted me to help them transform their lives and businesses online to live life on their terms. To all of you listening, thank you. You know who you are. Here's the thing. 7 years was much longer than I'd hoped it would take to hit my goal of reaching my first million in business. I had many challenges that most people would have used to the excuse to quit. Some of those challenges slowed me down, which was good for me to reevaluate and redesign and often let go of what wasn't working, including a lot of limiting beliefs and negative stories I used to tell myself and others. But here's the other thing. 7 years of consistent results, skill development, pivoting and innovation, intuitive guidance, and lots of guts, just like when I split from my second husband and it took me just 6 months to double my net worth again, I know that within these next 12 to 18 months, I will make my next million in 12 to 18 months or less. And all because I am helping so many others like you also create their own financial freedom, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically, and financially. So I want to leave you with a few words of encouragement. I don't know who's meant to hear this, but if you have listened this far, I believe this message is for you, to encourage you to believe in yourself, go for your dreams, and embrace the challenges along the way with an attitude of victory, no matter what. Feel free to share some love with me about this podcast. I'm open to receiving. I'm celebrating, and I'm inviting you to celebrate along with me. And make sure that if you're not yet on my email list to get my regular updates, click the link down below and make sure you opt in so that you can not only get the goodies that I give you when you join the community, but you'll also get the updates too. Follow along on my journey. And as you do, I hope to inspire and encourage you to make your journey amazing and magical too. Love, light, manifesting miracles, magic, and more.